Welcome!
Welcome everyone to the Omniverse of Nick, and Part 6 to What If Mercenary Tao Turned Good. Before we get started, be sure to check out the Omniverse's homepage, where our channel mascot Omni will direct you to the Discord, both Google Docs, and everything else the Omniverse has to offer, along with smashing the like button, subscribing to the Omniverse of Nick, sharing the Omniverse around and turning on all Omniversal notifications, and commenting future requests and expectations in the comments section. With all that said, let's begin. We open up at the start of Dragon Ball Z, and a certain long-haired Saiyan brother of Kakarot crashing on Earth. Raditz has arrived, killed the farmer, and flies looking for his brother, Kakarot. But we're not getting a Raditz versus Piccolo encounter, because, if it wasn't already plainly obvious, Piccolo doesn't exist, seemingly, yet. This is not the first time that I have done this, either. So, Raditz shows up, he's not fighting Piccolo. But he does go to Kame House, and he gets there just a tiny little bit after Goku, Gohan, and Tao do. So, yeah, it's a little different this time. And Raditz tells him that his name's Kakarot, and begins to divulge a little information and, berate Goku. And then Krillin gets slapped by Raditz's tail through Kame House. And everybody sees Raditz having a tail. And Raditz basically goes through the whole backstory about their home planet Vegeta and how it was destroyed. And how Goku was brought here to exterminate all life on this planet. And that he is his brother, and explains the Saiyan's backstory, yada yada yada, wants him for a mission, and now Raditz says to join the Saiyans, and that you were born for this. But whenever Goku obviously denies this offer, he sees Gohan, and says he's going to take him with him. And he'll teach Kakarot that if he doesn't join after taking his own nephew hostage, well then, there's no use of him being here at all, and he'll have to just exterminate life with his friends himself. And Tao and Goku stand firm, showing that they're not going to let Raditz take Gohan. Tao goes in for an attack, but Raditz just instantly one-shots him. Like, Tao goes straight for a punch, and Raditz just kicks him straight in the face, flinging him down. So, yeah. And then Raditz knees Goku in the stomach, just like before, and he takes Gohan and says he will exterminate 100 human beings, or Gohan dies, basically. Goku says this is not going to be an easy fight, but he does say Saiyan's weak spot, the tail. If they can get that, they have an advantage. So, Goku, Roshi, Tao, and Krillin all go. And if you don't think that Roshi and Krillin would go here, remember, in canon, Roshi and Krillin were going to be the ones instead of Piccolo. But Piccolo was obviously there, and they needed to show Goku and Piccolo growing, yada yada yada. But considering what has happened in this timeline, Goku, Tao, Roshi, and Krillin all go. And Raditz, he should have figured that his brother, in some way, especially hitting his head or whatever, would choose to go against his older brother and his heritage. But he smiles after looking at all their power levels, even after Goku's weighted training and Tao and everything, and an old man and the one he slapped through his own house. You've got to be kidding me. And Raditz just says, all of you are fools coming here with those pitiful levels thinking you could take me on. And I've decided I don't want you to join us anymore. You would just slow the rest of us down. And for betraying the Saiyan race, all of you will die. And he rushes at all of them. Drop kicks Goku, rushes forward, plunges Krillin into the ground, sledgehammers Tao way across the battlefield, and then Roshi tries a lightning surprise attack, but Raditz counters this with a double Sunday. So this would be a excellent and amazing counteraction move between the two of them. But this gives Goku the perfect advantage. He goes for the tail, but Raditz pleads for his life and catches Goku unawares, obviously. Tao, he then gets the opportunity and uses a double super Dodon ray. And it penetrates straight through Raditz. Two big, decently sized holes through Raditz's torso. But it's not truly fatal. It does seriously injure him, but Raditz laughs and says, "That wasn't half bad. You actually managed to hurt me. But if you think that I'm going to bow out because of that little puny attack, the old man's move was stronger than yours. And I'm about to show you what a true double finishing move looks like." But he's too injured to begin working the move when Roshi powers to buff and starts a truly amazing preparation finisher. Roshi goes Ka, Krillin, May, and then Tao. Unbelievably, for the first time, goes in for a Kamehameha and says, "Ha!" And all three of them together, just like Krillin, Goten, and Trunks from Bio Broly. However you guys want to credit that movie, it's not really an opinion to be noted in this What If. All three of them symbolize a trio Kamehameha. But just then, Gohan busts out of the ship and sledgehammer headbutts Raditz straight where the two decently sized holes in Raditz's torso are from the Super Dodon Ray. So Raditz is forced to the ground instead of standing up and just vomits out blood. It would be, oh, you thought the special beam cannon was something? Yeah, this is kind of, very bad, so to speak. Raditz says, one short year is all you have left. The entirety of the conversation has been treated to my colleagues deep in space. But, the key thing here is that the Dragon Balls were not mentioned because nobody died. So, especially with Piccolo not being there, the only thing that's been put on to his comrades is the fact that he's dying. And seemingly, he does. Goku smiles and says, "We did it, guys." And Tao cannot believe that this guy was really that strong, even with his and Goku's rivalry, and Gohan, of all people, saved them. And even though they could have possibly finished him, he was still a big threat. And now two people are coming even stronger than him. And even Roshi and Krillin know this is not to be taken lightly. Goku talks to Kami about this, and Kami puts in good word and sends him to King Yama for training on King Kai's planet, because they're going to need at least one person doing this. Tao is like, "Why am I not going? Mine and Goku's rivalry holds strong. I wouldn't be the man I am today if it weren't for him. Is there a reason why I'm not going to this King Yama's place?" And Kami said, "It has nothing to do with your past anymore. You have more than made up for it, Mercenary Tao. But you need to be here to train the Earthlings for the threat. Someone stronger than any of them must be here to train them." So, Tao trains with Yamcha, Krillin, and Yajirobe. There's no Tien and Chaozu, so who are the two that take over, if any? Master Roshi is going to be in the Saiyan Saga, and Gohan. Because Tao and Roshi both know, along with Kami and Mr. Popo that Gohan's potential is what ultimately saved him. True, a trio Kamehameha probably would have done the deed, but Gohan's powers would excel the fight to its victory. So, he most of all needs to be at the top of his game. So, even better and Colcom collectively and having to literally fight Chi-Chi about it most likely, Gohan is transformed into a true bona fide Z fighter. And Goku travails through Snake Way to get to King Kai's, as Vegeta and Nappa, even though there's no Dragon Balls, know that if Kakarot and all these warriors were able to defeat Raditz, then they definitely need to do something about this, even though they don't know about the Dragon Balls. So they make their way towards Earth and prepare to get there in one short year. So, the darkness of night falls that very day, and it illuminates on the battlefield of Raditz. Raditz's seemingly dead body begins to pump over the light of the full moon. And life might ensue still in this long-haired Saiyan. But with not the proper training and this weakened version of Raditz, something tells everybody and the story that the threat that they thought was finished and the threat of the Saiyans is about to get even more out of control as we close in to a new level of the Saiyan arc, a new explored field of Dragon Ball in the Omniverse, and further exploration for Tao's turning good tale.
Now get out!
What?
Get out! Everybody get out!